What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to your Small Biz News Report, where we talk about what's trending in the world of business, the stock market, and more. Please do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and go find us over at trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company for free, or for just $1 a day, you can hire me and be one of only 1,000 premium members that I will personally work with and promote you to more than 100,000 people on social media. That's trysmallbiz.com. Get started today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I once again review our idle justice war that's taking place on Twitter, let me rewind. That's all, folks. We don't edit around here. So if you're new, this is our third episode, by the way. Welcome. The Small Biz News Report is going to be massive once the algorithm gets used to the fact that I'm not going to talk about the E word for another 2 years because the portal is shut down. But I will continue the fight, as I will reiterate once again in a minute or so. But I want to remind everybody, I have another company. I'm a small business owner just like yourself. And we just found out about a week ago that my largest customer of 2 years is calling it quits on June the 30th. They're going through a reorg, probably to sell the company. We're on very, very good terms. But that's a six-figure hit that I'm prepared to take in the next few weeks, so I need your help. We have, as of this afternoon, 202 premium members that are investing $1 a day. God bless each and every one of you. Without your support, this is not possible, but I'm attempting to go all in. I'm willing to scale down over here and go all in right here with Small Biz if we can get a couple hundred more premium members. You can pay by the year and save 15%, or the month. You decide what's best for you. Just log into your account, hit that red upgrade to premium button if you already joined us, so that you can be one of only 1,000 people that I bust my ass for the next 30 years for $1 a day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the idle justice war, we're not putting that in the subject line anymore because half of our comments for the last month or two are those insta hackers that are absolutely destroying YouTube. Even Elon Musk pointed that out yesterday. It's being overrun by scams and con artists and advertising that is out to rip you off. So I'm not going to put it in the headline unless there's major breaking news. But I am on Twitter at trysmallbiz every day. We have 5 demands for small biz, and every weekday I will choose one of the 5 and cycle through every single week until you get the 10K, right? Shout out to our buddy Speak and See. We want 5 years of idle loan deferment, meaning no payments for another 2.5 years, or forgiveness. And truth be told, they're going to defer before they forgive. There's no incentive to do that right now in terms of the latter until 2023 or 4, when the payments actually, we hope, start becoming due. But we want number 3, no accrual of interest. If you log into pay.gov, you're getting raped with respect to the amount of interest that they're currently charging you, even though your payments are not due. We want that finito. And number 4, in terms of small biz demands, we do have, as Speak and See rightly pointed out, a chance to reinvigorate the $48 billion RRF, Restaurant Revitalization Fund bill, in the Senate. They're in the process right now, if you haven't heard the whisperings here and there, of trying to recruit 8 Republican senators. And it's certainly not going to be Rand Paul, the guy who's out to destroy small business owners. He doesn't give a shit about you or me. The guy doesn't want to spend anything other than on guns, planes, tanks, and bombs. Anything to do with helping restaurants or small business owners, forget it, as far as Rand Paul and guys like Ron Johnson are concerned. But there's some middle of the road, what they call rhinos or moderates, like a Mitt Romney, that might actually go for it if they can claw back some of the money, over $100 billion, that is sitting right now at schools and municipalities and towns all over this country. And as I said in a prior video, I hope the schools keep half to fortify, single point of entry, more security, more armed guards, more safe rooms, etc., so that our children can be safe from what we've had to witness in the last couple of months. But there's probably $50 to $75 billion. Send it back. Let's give 177,000 restaurants the RRF they were promised over a year ago. Let's get about 20,000 that are in gyms and little leagues and transportation companies access to grants that they need in order to survive. And yes, number 5, we have about 5,000 small business owners that are legit, that have real businesses with decent credit scores that did not get the idle funds they were promised. So you're going to see, once again, every single day, I will choose one of those and I will pound away, in addition to phone calls, emails, etc. And if there is breaking news, now that the portal is closed and the funds are exhausted, I'll put it in the headline right here on YouTube. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, you may have heard the news that a wacko was arrested from California because he was at Brett Kavanaugh's house, we just learned, to kill him. And he was wanting to kill him because he has a problem with abortion. Well, half this country does. But I don't know about you, and I'd love to hear in the comments. Whenever we have guys like this standing outside of anyone's house, let alone Supreme Court justices, whether it's on the left or the right, I think it's a recipe for disaster. And you may have seen me retweet Chuck Schumer's video, and he's since apologized for that, where he says, we're coming after you, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. You're going to have hell to pay. Well, that just triggers some guy who obviously doesn't have all of his marbles put together. He says, well, geez, I'll take a knife and a gun out to the Kavanaugh's house, and thank God the cops were there in order to take him into custody. But I'd love to hear, within reason, of course, be respectful of other people's opinions. What do you think about people being able to protest and have situations like this manifest outside a Supreme Court justice's office, house? I think it's absolute lunacy. But you tell me in the comments below. All right, what else we got here? Zelensky says U.S. corporate leaders should move out of Russia into Ukraine. We've already seen Coca-Cola doing that. McDonald's made a major exit out of Russia, in particular Moscow. And is the same thing that has happened to some degree in China as companies go to places like Thailand, the Philippines, etc. Is it about to happen where there's a massive influx into Ukraine? We're certainly going to find out over the weeks and months ahead. All right, what else we got? Interactive Brokers, actually a decent platform. I use E-Trade, but Interactive Brokers, especially if you're an option trader, and be very careful with that. Thomas Petterfy, Petterffy, says there's another 15% in the southerly direction for the stock market. I'm going to respectfully disagree, unless there's a major event that I am unable to see at the present moment. Because if you look at ARKK, that's Kathy Wood's ETF, we're up almost 18% from where we bought it at 38.5 a few weeks ago. It's holding its own. It's still up $1 on a day when the market's down 350. So small cap stocks in particular, and that goes all the way up to $1 billion or thereabouts in market cap, are saying, we ain't going much lower. In fact, we may be going a heck of a lot higher. So I'm going to respectfully disagree with Interactive Brokers on another 15%. I don't think so, but you tell me what you think. There's certainly enough doom and gloom on YouTube. My goodness, it's totally out of control. Between the preppers and the crash has finally begun. What the hell is that, right? The crash has finally begun. The clickbait finally begun. Haven't I seen Netflix and DraftKings and Peloton? Aren't they already down 80 to 90%? It's finally begun. Who the fuck are these people and what are they actually trying to accomplish? That's what I'd like to know. And speaking of accomplished, are you aware that we're up 668% since March 1st on Twitter? It's a fact. Scroll down. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, so I can get you out of here in 10 minutes or less. Mortgage demand just hit a 22-year low. That shocked me because that's lower than the 2008 and 9 Great Recession. So I'd love to hear in the comments in your area. Are you starting to see housing under pressure? My house right here in Roswell, which is the northern suburbs of Atlanta, it was up 22% last year. It was kind of flat for a few years, and then kaboom, it took off. And if you drive anywhere within a 5-mile radius of my house, there's no land. There's not even any apartments for people that might want to sell and move into an apartment in the near term. So while I would say in certain pockets, because real estate's all about location, we might see a 10% pullback from highs. But what's most likely going to happen is we're just going to go sideways to chew up some of this demand. And once we start to see interest rates, in my opinion, start to come down towards the end of the year as inflation peaks, it's probably off to the races in 2023 and beyond. So in about 10 minutes, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that I love you. And I hope to see you as a premium member at trysmallbiz.com.